Our first guest tonight is one of the funniest and most talented people alive, or dead even, really. After many months in quarantine, he returns to the Broadway stage in a new musical production of his movie, Mr. Saturday Night. It opens March 1st at the Nederlander Theater. Tickets are on sale now. Please say hello to Billy Crystal. It's good to see you out in the wild.
Oh, man, it's been so great.
Are you going out now? Is that a...
Yeah. I mean, the other day, first of all, hello, and thank you. It's always a miracle, it feels like lately, to be in front of real people.
Yeah,
It's been great. So yesterday, I got out to play golf for the first time in 2.5 years.
Wow.
Right? And I got there late, like 2:30, 3 o'clock. There's nobody else on the course, and I hit a really nice drive, like 240, something right down the middle, and I went, woo, to myself. And I get in the car, and as I get closer, these two look like German shepherds, not men, dogs. Wait, is this your ball? We are playing through! And so now, as I got closer, I realized they're coyotes.
Oh.
And they're scary, and they won't move. As I got closer, I yelled, 4! And they just and then they put their head down, which means they may, come after my tuna sandwich in the cart.
Uh-huh.
So I said, and it was really getting scary. So I said, you know what? The ball costs $3. That's it. So I waited an hour and a half, and then I finished. All right. Nice to be here. Oh, man. Everybody has the same sort of complaint about Thanksgiving families staying too long.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, somebody in our audience, a young lady, in a very almost robotic fashion, I said, how long have your parents been in town? She said, a week.
Yeah.
Just like that.
My relatives haven't left yet.
Is that true?
Yeah, and you see, you invite them for dinner, and you know you're in trouble when they bring luggage, and you see the roll-on bags. And do you have this, older relatives, because you're on television, they think you can fix a television?
Oh, yeah,
You ever have that? It's 12. It just keeps going 12. 12.
Yeah, I have that. I don't think it has anything to do with being on television. Just like it's your house, you better figure out how it works.
Yeah, but we were 20 people.
20 people at dinner?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was great because last year was a Zoom Thanksgiving.
Right, yeah.
And people yelling unmute with, sweet potatoes coming out of their mouth. It couldn't be bothered. We were socially distanced, so everybody was about 6 feet apart. Uh-huh. So if you want to pass a roll, it was 120 feet. And thank God I can still throw.
You got a good arm, yeah.
Yeah. But
so you were that guy, because I know you are very careful. You have been very careful.
Very careful. Yeah, we had, we made all our own food.
Uh-huh.
So only
Did you help with that?
Oh, yeah. We had 3 turkeys.
Uh-huh.
A Moderna and a Pfizer. And then we got this, every Thanksgiving, these, those pumpkin patches, those little pop-up things.
Yeah.
There's a pop-up turkey farm in Beverly Hills.
Is that true?
This says that they sell these beautiful boutique kind of turkeys, where the necks have no wrinkles. And turkey breast implants. So, it's good.
So
I have one more if you want.
Yeah, go. I mean, I love it. You know it.
They had a beak. Their beaks were done at a surgical center, and they had a beak job.
We should have. We went one too
stopped.
far. It's always one.
Good night, everybody. Should have stopped.
This is also the third night of Hanukkah, right?
It is?
Yeah, it's the third night of Hanukkah, so I guess you're not...
No, I'm a Reformed Jew.
Hanukkah, is that a big one? Is that,
It's the best one.
It's the best one, yeah.
Because it's fun. Mm-hmm. There's, it's 8 nights. of, you know, smiling and laughing and singing. It's as opposed to some of our more tragic holidays, you know, like Yom Kippur, which is like the holiest of days. This is a holiday. You fast, you absolve yourself of your sins, and you don't turn on any electricity, nothing. So this is your holiday. A bunch of hungry, guilty people sitting in the dark. That's a holiday. This one is fun. Because it's 8 nights of giving little presents, you know, every night. So we gave the kids NFTs and...
You did? Oh,
yeah.
How nice.
And chocolate-covered Bitcoin, which I thought was good. Yeah.
Did you do that in your house when you were a kid? Did you get a present each night?
I got a firm handshake for
You did?
8 nights from my grandfather. Just always tell the truth. And I never... that was...
Well, the truth is, I'd like some gifts on Hanukkah. Yeah, you didn't get that. Yeah, because
No, we had little things. Nothing great. You know, the ping pong paddle with the ball when
Oh yeah,
that thing.
Yeah.
We got that 3 straight nights. Because I guess there was a sale.
When we come back, we're going to talk about this project that you've been working on. This is a Broadway production of your movie, Mr. Saturday Night.
Couldn't be more excited.
And yeah, you know, I love when you do this because you do such a great job with this. How did this come to you? Is this something that you thought about while you were cooped up?
No, it actually started many years ago when I was finishing my run of my one-man show, 700 Sundays on Broadway. And across the street was The Producers, Mel Brooks' great show.
Right.
So we finished our run. It was very successful. We won a Tony and all of that stuff. It was great, and I was exhausted and so anxious to get home after doing over 200 and something shows. And the phone rings, and it's Mel, who's like an uncle to me. And, Billy, hi, it's Mel. Listen, I have 2 things I want to talk to you about. First, I'd love you to come to do The Producers. You could play Max Bialystock. You do 6 months. It'd be fantastic. I said, Mel, I love you so much. I've been waiting for a call from you for my entire life. It seems like to work with you. But I really don't want to be the 5th guy to play Max Bialystock. They said, you won't be. You'll be the 12th. They said, but there's this... Somebody called me from London, and they were talking about, I'm going to do The Young Frankenstein as a musical, and they mentioned, we love Mr. Saturday Night, the movie, so much. Might that be a musical? I'm just putting it in your head. I'm putting it in your head. Huh. So it stayed in my head for all of these years, and about 5, 6 years ago, I started thinking seriously about it and started making up songs in my head, you know, and said, well, this could be, that could be. How do we change it? How do we... And I contacted my dear friends and co-writers of the film, Lowell Gans and Bob Lou Mandel.
2 of the greats, yeah.
Greats. And we said, let's see what we have. And we wrote a really funny book. And we got an incredible composer, Jason Robert Brown, and Amanda Green wrote the lyrics. And it's so exciting to play this guy again, because when I played him, he's a 73-year-old comedian. So when we did the movie, I was 43. Right?
Yeah.
Right? So, and I had 5.5 hours of makeup every day to play him. Now, I just show up. So, you know, it's like it's good.
Billy Crystal is with us. Mr. Saturday Night opens in New York March 1st. We'll be right back. Billy Crystal, he's got a musical on Broadway called Mr. Saturday Night, based on the movie Mr. Saturday Night. And David Paymer, who played your brother in the movie, is playing your brother.
My brother Stan. David is one of the great actors and one of the most wonderful people. He was 37 when we did the movie. Oh, so wow. To be reunited with him, and he was nominated for an Oscar.
That's right,
for
yeah.
Best Supporting Actor.
Best Supporting Actor, right.
And I wasn't. And no, I had the thrill of directing him and playing opposite him in the film, and he's so good in the show. And it's so musical, the show.
Talk about the show itself, but for those who have not seen the movie, it's a story of an older comic reminiscing about his younger days.
His name is Buddy Young Jr., and we find him at the bottom of his career. He's playing retirement homes and assisted living places, and he's miserable. And he gets a chance to maybe have something happen for him again. But he's a bitter guy, but he's hilarious. And so what he's trying to do is not only become something again, he's trying to reunite his fractured family, his relationship with his brother and with his daughter in particular. And so it's not only a hilarious story that's show business oriented, it's really bigger than that. It's really about a father and a daughter reuniting and two brothers coming back together again.
You spoke about 700 Sundays and how tired you were at doing it. And at any point during that run of that show, did you say, I will never do this again?
Opening night.
Yeah.
No, listen, this is going to be harder, but it'll be more fun in some ways because I'll have other people on stage with me.
Right, yeah.
I mean, 700 Sundays, the cast party, was really lonely. And the softball team was just me running to cover every position. You know? Yeah, it's very hard. We'll do 7 shows a week.
Wow.
You know, so you only have Monday off.
You have to do that, right? In order
to make money.
have a theater and make money. Yeah. You have to do that many
And we'll be
shows.
at a fantastic theater where Rent was and really sort of, you know, changed Broadway at the time, the Nederlander Theater on 41st Street.
What's the best thing about doing a Broadway show?
There's a lot. One is that you're doing it, and you're part of the community, and it's live. And especially playing this guy, which we did as a film, you're so removed from it. You know, you set up the laugh in May, you don't get the laugh, you know, until October.
Right.
You know? And so it's frustrating. Here I play him, and we all do right in front of everybody, and it's really exciting that way.
Yeah.
So that's a thrill to perform live every night. The great fringe benefit of it is who ends up coming backstage.
Oh,
and you meet people you never met before.
Well,
And
who?
it's thrilling.
Who'd you meet at that show that you'd never met before?
Well, we were there a year, so it was, you know, every night there was someone pretty interesting. Kirk Douglas, Carol Burnett came twice.
Wow.
Mary Tyler Moore, Norman Lear.
Wow.
Kurt Vonnegut, the great.
Really?
Yes, one of my favorite novelists.
Mine too, yeah.
Really? He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And so he came.
Did you talk to him afterwards?
Oh, sure. He came backstage. I couldn't believe that he was there. Because he, you know, Slaughterhouse-Five and Breakfast of Champions, and, you know, it was astounding to hear his take on what this show was. And he compared it to a symphony with movements, and you started here, and then you went to an allegretto there, and you went here, and it was really...
What a compliment that is.
It really was. And then Oprah came, and Jerry Seinfeld.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. And Letterman came twice, and one time, the first night he came, he was sitting next to Henry Kissinger. There's a combination. Stupid Henry Kissinger, you know? And Henry came backstage with him, and it was just like the odd couple, like, you know, this is wrong. Billy, I love the show. It was very moving. It was so moving. I really loved the show. I'd like you to meet my wife. Honey, say hello to Billy Joel. Okay.
Oh,
And
that's,
then we were.
that's the worst Letterman impersonation I've ever heard.
Well,
So, Kissinger, Letterman, this is
then we had the biggest night for just a group that was crazy was out here when we finished our nationwide tour. President Clinton, Robert Wagner and Jill St. John, Jack Nicholson and Warren Beatty were there and came back. And that was like, it's like amazing that this show about my life moved them. And then it was so, you know, just generous of them to want to spend the time.
They all came back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Is there anybody that, like, you just never expected you would ever come to a show like that?
Yeah. Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali, who was your friend?
Yes.
Your good friend.
Yes. And
Where did he see the show?
in Arizona.
Oh, in Phoenix. Yeah, he lived there.
At the Gamage Theater.
Gamage, yes,
Gamage
yes.
Theater. I say Gamage.
I went to-
You say Gamage.
I went to
Let's
Arizona
call the whole
State.
thing off. I'm still upset I did that one other extra joke.
It's okay. It's all right. Well, yeah.
So,
Well,
it was...
do it one more time and see if it works again.
I cut the beak right off. It was Ali's 65th birthday.
Wow.
So he was living in Phoenix. So Lonnie, his amazing wife, called and said he'd love to see you come over in the morning and have breakfast with him on his birthday. So Janice and I go over and spent the morning with him. And then he said, I'd like to come and see your show. So we said, well, how can we do this? And let's figure this out. Because we felt if we put him in the audience, it might be distracting. And so we said, what do we do? And I said, I got an idea. We got a huge, beautiful, wingback, comfortable chair. And we put it in the wings. And that's where he watched the show. Nobody saw him. He was off to my right. And I had done my first television show ever with Muhammad Ali. And that sort of bound us together all of those years, was the beginning. And here it was, now he's watching me, and he's sitting in this easy chair off to the side. It was really miraculous. So at intermission, I said to the audience, and I don't talk to him at intermission, but I wanted to bring him out. And I said, you know, today is a local resident's 65th birthday. Muhammad Ali is 65 today. Applause, applause. I said, and he told me this morning, I'm the greatest senior citizen of all time. And they kept applauding, and I said, boy, I wish we could give him a cake. Wouldn't that be great? Let's do that. And I brought him out, and they went berserk. And we blew out candles, wished him a happy birthday, and it was kind of amazing.
Wow, what's better than that?
Yeah.
What is better than that? Well, maybe Mike Tyson will come to Mr. Saturday Night, you know? Keep your fingers crossed. The show opens March 1st at the Nederlander Theater in New York City. Tickets are on sale now. Billy Crystal, everybody. Thank you, Billy. We'll be back in Local Natives. Thanks for watching. If you liked that video, click the subscribe button. And if you didn't like it, well, you hurt my feelings.